Hello everyone! Today in the Zsphere MSP Growth Academy, I'm going to be talking to you about buyer persona and what this means to your MSP business. I also have somewhat of a confession to make. Now, when it comes to sales and marketing, the thing that is really key when it comes to identifying who your customer is buyer persona. And a buyer persona is really a semi-fictional representation of the person in your ideal customer business that you're going to be selling to. Now, it really helps to give this person a personality and a name, and you've really got to understand and analyze that person's life, role, responsibilities, buying habits, interests, hobbies, family life, education level, you name it. It's a profile. So, as you might know, here at Zsphere, we sell technology products to managed service providers, and we have a target buyer persona of our own. Allow me to introduce you to Rob Gibbons of Think4IT. You might know Rob because Rob's a bit of a legend in the MSP world, and we know Rob really well. He's a long-time customer of ours, and when we sat down to have our meeting about, right, who's our ideal buyer persona, we couldn't help but talk about Rob Gibbons. And so Rob does not know about this, by the way. We used Rob Gibbons as our perfect customer, so thank you, Rob. You don't understand how inspirational you've been to us. And we actually renamed this persona Bob Ribbons. So our buyer persona, and you can ask anybody of any of our vendors, we're always talking about Bob Ribbons. Bob Ribbons is our perfect buyer persona. He's actually based upon Rob Gibbons of Think4IT. So what you can do is you can sit down with your team, and it's a really good idea to get the guys that are talking to your customers all the time, and you can just draw a bit of a mind map about the people that sign the checks at your customer companies, and have a think about what makes them tick, what their jobs to be done list is on a daily basis. And that will allow you to really focus on your buyer persona for your company. And when you really understand your buyer persona on an in-depth basis, you can start to create content for that individual that will be relevant to them. And it's important that you become completely obsessed with your buyer persona. Otherwise, you're going to be just focusing on lots of different types of buyers all the time. It's alright to have more than one buyer persona. So, you sell to different types of companies, but each different type of company will have a different buyer persona. So for example, let's say if you're selling to a company that needs some IT service, outsourced support, you might be selling to the managing director. But if he's a managing director of a group of bookies, he's going to be very different to a technical manager at a hospital. They're going to be completely different individuals. So you need to decide what your vertical target is, and within those companies, identify your Rob Gibbons, aka Bob Ribbons, at that company. Once you've done this, you can get on with creating content for them, and that is what really helps. Getting that content on your website, published, promoted, and then converting it back through to that lead status that you really want. This is a really basic explanation as to what a buyer persona is. It plays a massive part in our business, and it can in yours too. I hope it's a good introduction, and I would really recommend doing a bit more research on buyer persona and how it can help your business. Don't forget to subscribe. I release these videos every Thursday. I hope you found this to be useful, and I'll see you next time.